made by nature, mathematics by people.
And combining the two is creating this beautiful alliance between humanity and nature. A pleasant morning to all. Yes, we are Department of Mathematics here to conduct today's assembly under the theme of mathematics related to nature.
Prayers are like songs composed by our hearts, desires, thoughts, emotions, and aspirations. And God enjoys listening our prayers and constantly answers through our simple but significant miracles. Here comes our magician mathematicians to invoke God's presence.
Thank you, friends, for invoking God's blessings. Remember, a busy life makes prayer harder, but prayer makes a busy life easier. Fill your mind with God's words, and you will have no room for Satan's lies. Now we invite Jenilai MacLean for Bible reading, Sendil Kumar for Bhagavad Gita, and Syed Abdul Qadir for Quran reading.
Bible reading. Reading from the book of Psalm, chapter 147, verses 7 to 11. Sing to the Lord with grateful praise. Make music to our God on the harp. He covers the sky with clouds and supplies earth with rain. He makes grass grow on the hills. He provides food for the cattle and for the young ravens when they call. His pleasure is not in the strength of the horse, nor his delight in the legs of the warrior. The Lord delights in those who fear him. Word of God, thanks be to the Lord.
Reading from the Holy Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verses 12 and 13. Yatta Diegatam Dejo Jagat Vasayat Degilam Yajjandramasya Yajjakno Dattejo Vitti Mamadam Gamma Vishyasa Budani Drayamyakam Ojasa Bushnami Misodi Sarvaha Somo Budvara Satmakagam. Know that I am the brilliance of the sun that illuminates the entire solar system. The radiance of the moon and the brightness of the fire also come from me. Permitting the earth, I nourish all the living beings with my energy. Becoming the moon, I nourish all the planets with my juice of life. End of the reading.
Reading from the Holy Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. الله الذي جعل لكم الأرض قرارا والسماء بناء وصوركم فأحسن صوركم ورزقكم من الطيبات ذلكم الله ربكم فتبارك الله
فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ رَبُّ الْعَالَمِينَ. It is Allah who has made for you the earth as a resting place, and the sky as a canopy, and has given you shape, and made your shapes beautiful, and has provided for you sustenance. End of the reading.
Thank you, friends, for sharing scripture saying about nature. யாமறிந்த மொழிகளிலே தமிழ் போல் இனிதாவது எங்கும் காணோம். தமிழ் தாய் வாழ்த்து. நிலமடங்கு கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிது தெக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாளும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் வணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறமையந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
பாரி விண்ணில் பறந்து ஆடும் கொடியின் அழகை பாரத நாட்டினிலே போற்றி மகிழ்ந்திட. Now I invite our chief guest, Dr. Punitha Mary, Dean of St. Xavier's College of Education, to hoist the national flag, followed by flag song.
Pledge of a possible conformity between soul and nature, and consequently a ground of faith in the supremacy of God. Now I invite Maria Jabba for pledge.
Order. India is my country. All Indians are my brothers and sisters. I love my country and I am proud of its rich and varied heritage. I shall always try to be worthy of it. I shall give my parents, teachers, and all elders and respect and treat everyone with courtesy. To my country and my people, I pledge my devotion. In their well-being and prosperity alone lies my happiness.
The news is not there to tell you what happened. It is there to tell you what it wants you to hear, what it thinks you want to hear. Now I invite Robin and Tilsat for today's interesting news.
A very fresh good morning to all of you present here. We, Siddhika and
Robin, the student teachers of Mathematical Department are here to acknowledge you with today's headlines. So that with the national news, India's education system severely affected by COVID-19, Union Educational Minister. The Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan said that the COVID-19 pandemic has severely affected the India's education system. Speaking during the question hour in Lok Sabha, he said that the COVID-19 pandemic has severely affected India's education system like anywhere else in the world. He further stated that because of the closing of schools, the center, the state and the educational institution switched to the online technologies to ensure that the continuation of students' education. UNESCO MGIEP partners with Ed India Foundation. The partnership between UNESCO, MGIEP and Ed India Foundation will enable the government teachers across India to leverage digital tools, integrated socio-emotional context while teaching.
international news. The China Eastern Airlines Boeing 737 with 132 people on board crashed in the hills of southern China on Monday. This is the country's worst air tragedy in more than a decade. China's President Xi Jinping ordered all out rescue efforts for survivors with search teams dispatched to the crash site. There was no word on the casualties. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky and claimed that the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, was afraid of Russia as Moscow's invasion of his country, which began on February 24, continued, showing no signs of abating. NATO should either say now that they are accepting us or openly say that they are not accepting us as they are scared of Russia, which is true.
Sports news. Hockey star Vandana Katria receives Padma Shri. She received this prestigious Padma Shri award in the field of sports. She also became the first India's women's player to score a hat-trick of goals in an Olympic Games, Women's World Cup. India can't afford any more slip-ups. India must win today's match against Bangladesh after back-to-back defeat against England and Australia. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, friends, for your interesting news. Nature is full of infinite causes that have never occurred in experience. Now I invite my friends to give a speech on the topic Mathematics correlated with nature.
Good morning to everyone present here. Mathematics is a language in which God created the universe. According to the words of Galileo, the entire world is formulated by the creation of mathematics. So here our friends are coming to share their opinion about the nature related with mathematics. So let's lean our ears to the message.
Good morning to you all. We are going to talk about correlation of mathematics in nature, specifically about geometrical shapes in nature. It is cucumber. If you cut out the cucumber horizontally, you will notice a triangular shape in it. It is a kind of bacteria. It is in spiral shape, hence its names become Spirochetus. It is an eye. The eyeball inside the eye is in spherical shape. The spherical shape of the eyeball indeed provides easy movement of the eye. It is a honeycomb. It is in hexagon shape. It is a rainbow. All rainbows are actually full circle, but people only see a semicircle. It is a tree trunk. It is basically in longer cylindrical shape. That the branches are likewise that is extended from the tree. Do we have any other where mathematics correlated in nature?
It's there. Hey, what are you looking into? Hey, Han, look here. The number of petals in this flower is 5. Yeah, it's right. I haven't seen flowers with 3, 5 petals, but I haven't seen flowers with 6 or 7 petals. Yes, of course, you must have seen flowers with petals 3 and 5, and of course, I have seen flowers with petals 4 and 6. So, have you ever heard of Fibonacci sequence? Yes, of course. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13 and so on. Exactly. A famous mathematician Fibonacci was the nature lover. While he was roaming around the city, he noticed there are flowers with petals 1, 2, 3, 5, 8 and 11 and 13. But he found very few flowers with petals 4, 6 and 7. That's because there are so many flowers with petals 4 and 6, but he framed with sequence 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, since because there are many flowers with those petals. So that is nothing but a sum of 2 preceding numbers is the next number. That is 1, 2, 5 yes, and 8. So good. Is there any other example for Fibonacci sequence? Let's ask our friends.
Yes, we have. First example is seed heads. The head of a flower is also subject to Fibonacci process. Typically, seeds are produced at the center and then migrate towards the outside to fill all space. Sunflower provide a great example of these spiraling patterns. In some cases, the seed heads are so tightly packed that total number can get quite high, as many as the 144 or more. And when counting these spirals, the total tends to match a Fibonacci number.
The next example for Fibonacci numbers, pine cones. Similarly, the seed pods on a pine cone are arranged in a spiral pattern. Each one consists of a pair of spirals, each one spiraling upwards in opposing directions. The number of the steps will always match a pair of consecutive Fibonacci numbers. For example, a 3 to 5 cones is a cone which meets at the back after 3 steps along the left spiral and 5 steps along the right. Likewise, similar spiraling patterns can be found on pineapples and cauliflower.
The next example is 3 tree branches. The Fibonacci sequence can also be seen in the way the branches form or split. The main trunk will grow until it produces a branch, which creates 2 growth points. Then one of the new stem branch into 2 while the other one lies dormant. This pattern of branching is repeated for each of new stem. Is any other mathematical concept which is correlated with nature?
Yes, there is. Do you know the fact that maths has been correlated with our life in all aspects? Yes, I know. It is a beautiful subject because it connects with everything. One such mathematical concept is concentric circles. Do you know what is meant by concentric circles? Yes, I know. It means the circle who share one same center but different radius. Nature is a set of concentric circles. Can you give me some examples? It can be seen in the layers of an onion, in the rings of trees and the spider web which is built with concentric circle. Even in our solar system, we can see concentric circles in the rings of the planet Saturn. It also includes donut, dartboard which are built with perfect concentric circles. So, always look around you for concentric circle. Is there any other mathematical concept that is correlated with nature? Yes. Max is visible everywhere in nature, even where we are not expecting it.
Symmetry is a mathematical concept which explains the beauty and structures present in nature.
Symmetry is not only seen as beautiful, beauty is also symmetry. Do you know what is symmetry?
Symmetry is a balanced proportionate similarity that is found in 2 halves of an object. It means that one half of the object is the mirror image of the other half.
Yes, you are right. We can see a lot of symmetries in our day-to-day life.
For example, in plants, the leaves and flowers are symmetrical.
Human beings also are perfect examples for symmetry.
Yes, butterflies, birds, animals also have symmetrical.
Even Taj Mahal, one of the 7 wonders of the world, is built based on the principles of symmetry.
So teach your students symmetry so that they appreciate the beauty of mathematics. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. Don't underestimate the seductive power of a decent vocabulary. Now I invite my friends Jones and Goodisha to introduce some new vocabulary to you.
Venculum. A venculum is a line which is used in mathematics above a group of number or symbols to show that they should be grouped together. For example, a line between the numerator and denominator in a fraction. Googolplex. A Google is the number 10 power 100 and Googolplex is the number 10 power Google, that is 10 power 10 the whole power 100. Apothegm. The apothegm is the line segment which goes from the center to the regular polygon to the midpoint of one of its sides. Abscissa. Abscissa is a fancy mathematical name for the x-coordinate. Ordinate. Ordinate is a fancy mathematical name for the y-coordinate. Scalene triangle. In geometry, scalene triangle is a triangle that has all its sides of different length. It means all the sides of scalene triangle are unequal. Recurring decimal. A recurring decimal is a decimal representation of a number whose digits are periodic and the infinitely repeated portion is not 0. For example, 0.111 is a recurring decimal. Embedded figure. A embedded figure is a figure entirely closed in another figure. Handspan. The distance from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger when the hand is stretched as far as possible is called a handspan. Tessellation. A tessellation is the covering of a surface, often a plane, using one or more geometric shapes called tiles with no overlaps and no gaps. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. Change your thoughts and you will change your world. Now I invite Anushya to present today's thought.
Thought for the day. A man is like a fraction whose numerator is what he is and whose denominator is what he thinks of himself. The larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. Thank you.
Thank you, Anushya. The moment you doubt whether you can fly, you cease forever to be able to do it. Now I invite my friend Varshni and Alfina to ask some quiz questions related to mathematics.
Greetings and good morning to everyone present here. Hope everyone is feeling good like sunshine with a beautiful sunny summer weather today. Now it is time to wake up the mathematical genius within you.
Be confident, answer the questions. So many exciting gifts are waiting for you. There are no strict rules and regulations. Only important thing to note is that chorus answers will not be considered. If you know the answer, come front and tell the answer.
Hope you are ready for the quiz questions. Are you ready? Let's start.
The first question is, when is Pi Day celebrated? I'll repeat, when is Pi Day celebrated? Come front and tell the answer.
March 14.
Yeah, it's right. I request our chief guest ma'am to give over the praises. So, every year on March 14, the world celebrates Pi Day to recognize the mathematical constant pi. So, everyone knows the value of pi is 3.14, right? So, March is the third month of the year, which is also the initial number of the value. The following number is 14, hence the March 14 date. So, this day, March 14, is also celebrated as the birth anniversary of Albert Einstein. So, don't forget, March 14 is celebrated as Pi Day as well as the birth anniversary of Albert Einstein, March 14.
My dear friends, once you have received the prize, please give chance to others so that everyone can participate. So, the next question is, Nobel Prize is not given for mathematics, then which prize is given for mathematics? I repeat, Nobel Prize is not given for mathematics, then which prize is given for mathematics? You can make some guess. Yes, there's someone. Yes, you can come forward and answer. Please clap your hands. She's trying something. Yes, right. Abel Prize. Yes, very good. Clap your hands. The Abel Prize is a prize awarded annually by the King of Norway to one or more outstanding mathematicians. It is named after Norwegian mathematician Niels Henrik Abel. S.R. Srinivasan Vardhan is the only Indian to receive the Abel Prize for mathematics.
Here is the next question. Be alert. How many months make a century? How many months make a century? Think. Yeah, come forward.
Yes, clap your hands.
Yes. 1200. Yeah, it's correct. So as a century has a total of 100 years and each year has a total of 12 months, then a century will have a sum of 1200 months in it. That is 100 into 12 is equal to 1200 months.
So the next question, if 6 foxes catch 6 hens in 6 minutes, how many foxes will be needed to catch 60 hens in 60 minutes? Just think of the question once again. If 6 foxes catch 6 hens in 6 minutes, how many foxes will be needed to catch 60 hens in 60 minutes? It's a simple question. Have you understood the question? ஒன்றும் இல்லை, 6 நரி வந்து 6 கோழியை 6 நிமிஷத்தில் பிடிச்சா. Yes? No? No?
Come forward and tell the answer.
Whoever want to say the answer, please come forward. If you are giving chorus answer, then yes, there is someone. Give the answer. Please clap your hands. 6. Yes, correct. The answer is 6. Because clap your hands. The reason is because 6 foxes catch 6 hens in 6 minutes. That was the condition which I said. If you multiply by 10, the same 6 foxes can catch 60 hens in 60 minutes. Have you got it?
So the next question is, so this question is quite simple. So be attentive to the question. If Wednesday is 5 days after my birthday, on what day is my birthday? Very simple. Don't give chorus answers. If you know the answer, come front and tell. I'll repeat. If Wednesday is 5 days after my birthday, on what day is my birthday?
There is nothing to think about so much. If you want to give the answer, please come forward. It might be right or wrong. Please come forward.
Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, it's right.
The next question. You are given 3 positive numbers. You can add these numbers and multiply them together. The result you get will be the same. What are the numbers? I repeat. You are given 3 positive numbers. You can add these numbers and multiply them together. The result you get will be the same. What are the numbers?
Come forward.
Who knows the answer? Come forward.
One, two, three.
Yes, it's correct.
Thank you.
Hope
Whether
you
you
enjoyed
enjoy
the quiz.
Thank you, Varshini and Alfina. Thousands have lived without love, not one without water. Today, we are celebrating World's Waters Day. Here comes Mariejaba and Rohit to tell about the importance of water.
Good morning to all. Today is the World Water Day. So I would like to talk about some points on World Water Day. World Water Day is celebrated on the 22nd March every year. World Water Day mainly focuses on increasing awareness of the importance of water. World Water Day highlights the important water resources. Every year, World Water Day mainly aims to give value and importance to fresh water. In 2019, World Water Day's theme was Leaving No One Behind. World Water Day is observed to create awareness about water and climate change. Water is the most valuable natural resource that needs to be preserved and used responsibly. As a public, we need to start using water more efficiently and contribute our part to this day. Thank you.
Water Day Pledge. Repeat after me. Today, on the occasion of World Water Day, I take an oath to conserve water and to use water wisely. I pledge to consume the most precious treasure, water judiciously, and not waste even a drop of water. I also pledge to motivate my family, friends, and neighbors to use water wisely and not waste even a drop of it. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. The earth has music for those who listen. Here comes our Nightingale group to give you surprise.
you, friends. Every thought you produce, anything you say, any action you do, it shows your signature. Now I invite our chief guest, Dr. Punita Mary, Dean of St. Xavier's College of Education, to address the gathering.
Respected Reverend Father Principal, dear teaching and non-teaching staff, and my dear students, a pleasant morning to each one of you. Good morning. So yesterday evening, our Vice Principal, Mrs. Matilda, approached me and asked to give a message in the prayer. So while I thinking of it, I could remember a small story which I read 2 months back in the WhatsApp group. I think you might have also read that story, but that story is not important. What is the lesson it has taught to us? So just I want to share this short story to you. Once there was a king, and that king received 2 falcon birds as a gift. That falcon bird is a special one, that is peregrine falcon, which is very much useful for hunting. So he was very happy, and he brought that one to the palace and hand over to the falconer to train this falcon, because it's a trainable one for hunting. So he asked the falconer to train it. So after a month, the falconer came and reported to the king that out of 2, 1 bird was good. It's flying high and high, but the other bird is simply sitting in the branch where it was seated in the first day. So the king was very much upset. So he asked some of the people in the local area, that is, who are very famous in training the birds, and asked them to train this bird. So they tried, and they also failed. So he was very much upset. He left that problem to the members of his court. They also failed. So one day he think of that one. So how to solve this problem? So he thought that we have to find out a person who must identify the nature of this problem. So he selected a farmer who is very much related with the nature, and he may know what may be the problem for the bird. So he asked his soldier to bring a farmer. So the farmer came, and the king asked him to train this bird. So surprisingly, the next day, the bird started flying. So the king was very happy, and he asked the farmer, what did you do? Can you guess what the farmer will do? Because everyone have tried, but the farmer, within a day, he made the bird fly. Okay, no problem. So the farmer simply smiled and said, just I cut the branch where the bird is sitting. Then automatically it started flying. So that is the story. This is a simple story. But from this story, we can learn so many lessons. It's a lesson for all the human beings. That is, by birth itself, the bird is having the innate potential to fly. But the bird is in the comfort zone, because it has food, everything. So the bird is comfortable, and it could not identify its innate potential. Likewise, as a human being, everyone is having the innate potential, but we are not finding out what is our innate potential. So we are happy with what we know. We are not in a mood to learn new things. See, in the world, we are having number of things to be learned. But we are satisfied what we have learned, what we are familiar with. We stick on to the familiar things, what we know. That is, we are all in the comfort zone sometimes. So that we could not identify our innate potential. So we have to break out that comfort zone and come out of it. We try to learn so many things. We are having lot of opportunities in the world. So we have to learn everything. And we have to fly high and high. So you must not be in the comfort zone. So you have to break out that comfort zone. That's the first moral. Then the second one, what I have learned, that is as a teacher. Say first the king had the two birds. One is flying well. Okay, what about other? So he felt upset of that one. So every teacher must identify the slow learners or the children who are very poor in studies. So you must take care of that children, how to brought up. You must not simply ignore them. So you have to find out the various ways to guide that particular student. Like the king did. Finally he found out the farmer and he did. So like that, like a farmer, we have to find out the innate potential of that particular student, and we have to provide that particular learning environment for the learners so that they could also be cope up with the normal children. So that is the second lesson for the teacher. So my dear students, what I want to say is, please try to come out of the comfort zone and identify your potentials and develop it in your life, and you may become a very good personality in your life. And if you implement that one in your classroom teaching also, you can become a very successful teacher in the future. All the best. Thank you.
Good morning to all of you. And what do you think about this today's assembly? Say something. But really nice, yes? Say something, you're saying. Very nice. Say something different. You should not repeat the same word. Some unique words, yes? Interesting, participative, yes? Military man. Say something. Yes? Something new, fantastic, informative. Was it not informative? I am going to ask you the one meaning, whether you have listened to it or not. What is gogoplex or gogoplex? Is yours gogoplex? What is that? 10 power? 10 whole power 100. Very good, very good, very good. At least I have learned today that particular vocabulary of the mathematics dictionary. So mathematics, really I am very happy you have done a wonderful job today. So shall we give them a big clap? And every event, every item was well prepared and presented. Okay, congratulations. I was wondering with myself, when did they practice all these things? And particularly I was very much taken up by the singing of the group. Well, one voice they were able to sing. Good singing. I was really, taken up by this, impressed by your training and singing. Okay, I was very happy. I think all of you participated, but still there are some people left out there in the group, other side. No? All of you here? Well done, well done, well done. May God bless you. Thank you. This is what you need to understand. Everything that is it possible to make it something unique, something creative, something different, that you must think about it. As a person, I can make things creative, something unique. Thomas Alex, I have got unique thinking. Yes, I appreciate myself. Do have some positive about yourself. This is what we need. Very nice. No. Try to substitute. Have another word. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. Or when you look at a girl, you say it's a beautiful girl. Why don't you say it's a gorgeous, pleasant? Say something. So learn some new words. That is what you are here. Don't be satisfied with the minimum. Another word madam was using, comfort zone. Sogusa, okarade, porade, sam. This is a problem. When I go home, my parents, my mother gives me something, I eat and then go to bed suddenly, or I look at, watch TV and then again go back, have your meals and come back. That's not the life of a human being. That's not the life of a teacher. You must go beyond. You must have your own timetable. You must have your own path. Don't be satisfied with the minimum. My dear Tambile, Tangile, I make it clear. Do not be satisfied with the minimum. Come out with the maximum. That's what here I am asking for. The maximum that you are able to, then you will have a satisfaction in your life. இன்றைக்கு உழைத்து வாழாதவன் நாளைக்கு சோம்பேறியாக இருப்பான். சோம்பேறியாக இருக்கிறவன் அவனுக்கு மட்டுமல்ல மண்ணுக்கும் பாரம் கடவுளுக்கும் பாரம். ஏமாத்திட்டு போகலாம். கடவுளை ஏமாத்துற உன் மனசாட்சி ஏமாத்த. Do something. That's what I'm asking. Do something. Do something. Don't be satisfied with the minimum. Today we are talking about World Water Day of Water. World Water Day. So another thing that I would like to bring it to your thing. You must learn some basic human qualities. Keeping your room, keeping your place, keeping yourself neat and clean and tidy and attractive will say something you are able to look at it. That is my leader. The second thing is that you making use of the energy. Water is such a big energy, essential. Without water we cannot survive. Therefore today, as we remember, as we celebrate the day of water, please, today very nicely you also brought in the promise for right usage of water. I'm very happy that you made us take this particular pledge. So let us understand the value of water. So when you are cooking or when you are washing, when you do anything, please see to it that you don't waste the water at your homes or even the institution. Okay? So I don't know, already it's 11, 15, okay, it's going to be time. But I'm happy about today's assembly, something that is really, we have imbibed, we have received, and thanks so much to all the students of mathematics department and also the professor in charge, Mrs. Matilda. Okay? Thank you, all the best.
Thank you, Father.
As we are the part of the nature, let's love the nature and protect the future generation.
National Anthem.
Group, attention.